Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. Is this the Superman knife? No, it's the District 9 2018 knife from China. Thanks for joining me. Got this knife, paid all the money for it. Ouch, $327. And, you know, if you're talking about by the pound, it's probably not that bad a deal. It is M390. It's called the District 9. Original, Cyclone, Flipper. See, they say Cyclone here. Isn't this funny? And of course, then they put Hurricane on the blade. Cyclone Flipper. Really? Over in the States, it's a hurricane, so I guess that was their translation, right? You have a hurricane in Asia, they call it a cyclone. Here you go, 2018 M390, big knife, 9 1/4 overall, full 4-inch blade, M390, heavy as hell. Way heavy, like not over 9 ounces. Thick 5mm blade. Got places to throw the tritium inserts here, here, and those are, what are those, like $12 a shot there? So you can load another $30 onto this knife if you want to just order some tritium online and dress it up. Might as well. Hey, you've already gone down that rabbit hole money wise. Can you flip it out? Yes. Blade stops? Yes. Internal, big old hoss that runs all the way through the knife, right here, through to here. And yes, that is what I believe probably stops the blade, like that. Centered, no lock rock, no blade play. It's a solid knife, a lot of machining. Look at the machining. Look at all this. Look at all this going on, all these different levels. It's just insane. Look at all these screws. So there's 8 of those. There's 2 more holding the pocket clip. There's 10. There's 2 in here with the insert. And I didn't have to take this apart. I took my Kevin John harpoon apart and I go, okay, I'm not going to do this one either as well. I'll just, here and there, I'll take them apart. So there's your internal, this is that slide that locks it in place. Here's your 2 screws holding the hardened steel insert over travel stop, ceramic detent ball. Of course, you've got steel washers also under here as well. But this shows you the multi-row bearing race there. That's just amazing. And of course, yeah, it comes up against that big stop, which is right here to keep your blade from crashing into your backspacer, I imagine. And there's your backspacer, which is almost full length. How insane is that? Let's get back to the knife. Comes in the Superman pouch. I guess that's a 9. Not like a Riot District 9. Yeah, that's that weird thing, because, you know, District 9, I had that one. Last year I had a District 9. Let me see if I got a picture of it. Okay, yeah, I pulled this off of the one I did on my video last year or the year before. District 9, of course, this is not a Riot product either. Riot had a knife called District 9. I'd rather have these. Then I wasn't big on that particular Riot model. But there's the front, and then the back was, you know, ceramic ball, and of course you had this carbon fiber, kind of a textured carbon fiber on the back as well. And that was a fairly heavy knife as well. It was really nice, and it wasn't cheap either. And I believe that was M390. You can look, just type in District 9 knife and go down. 10th anniversary edition is the one I did. This I just kick open with my middle finger. I'm telling you why. I mean, you could do it kind of however you want. It's not a flipper, obviously. But, I mean, you can use your thumb and kick what this kind of a thumb stud, I guess you can call it, and you've got this thumb disc up here, so you can use your middle finger for that if you want. You can kind of just kick it into this groove and kick it open that way as well, however you want. I didn't give it enough oomph, but okay. Yeah, I'm way back here. It's hard to swing it around. It's easier to do it here with my thumb, but for my middle finger, it's easier to go back into here and just kick it open that way. But you can get right up behind here with your middle finger and kick it forward that way. It doesn't have a real strong detent. It's fairly weak. But the good thing is that it's fairly weak because this is not a flipper. So you've got to kick it open with your finger or thumb or something. And, you know, you can possibly put pressure on the detent by squeezing that lock bar, which will defeat your opening the knife or the ease of opening the knife. So, yeah, you can actually, if you want, you could actually roll this texturing here and open the knife, you know, kind of that way. I'm not going to do it, but I mean, I did it once where I could just two-handed kick it open like that. Not sure if you could go up against an object and kick it open. I don't know that it's really designed to do that, but it's a thought you could play with if you get one of these knives. They come in a full blacked out as well. And I was thinking I had a picture of the black. Well, no, don't. I got a little piece of it. There's the hardware you get, all black. Then you get the black hardware. You get the stonewash, you get the stonewash hardware, which comes in this pouch, which is insane. Oh, I had it already over here. So you can see these ceramic, or these discs that you put your ceramic bearings in. Then, of course, there's your pivot tube. There's that big, huge old stop that goes through the knife right here. And then a million screws, of course, because there's 10 or 12 or whatever I was saying going through there. So you got a bunch of them as well. And, of course, more washers. So you got quite a bit of extra gear. I mean, it's expensive. It's really kind of a no-name brand per se, at least for us USA buyers. So they better go the full, you know, full Monty to get your attention. There's just a lot of knives in the 300 plus range that you can get. So is this the thing? I think it's attractive for some people. Maybe even mostly like European buyers because of the huge trade barriers they've got with the US, all the excess import duties they have to pay. So maybe this works out money-wise for them as being pretty competitive. You can see you've got your access to the pivot on the back here, but not in the front, not on the presentation side. Heavy duty, super heavy duty. Kick this on. Grams. Any guesses? Well, I already blew that, right? 263.6. Let's roll back around to ounces. 9.3. Wow. I mean, it's you know, it's not a light gentleman carry EDC-able thing. It is more of just a heavy duty monster. But I wouldn't say it's just a table setter. I think you can carry this knife. Backspacer. And you couldn't see on the previous picture I showed you this part of the scale because the blade was laying there in front of it. And so you can see how, regardless of the weight, they've done a lot of weight reduction here. And then also in here. How amazing is that? Like I said, you got this lockout function. So now you can't disengage the lock bar. So now you've got a pretty strong situation here with this. Right here. Kick it. Yes, now you can. And it's, like I said, pretty much a guillotine drop. It's easy. It's real quick to overcome the detent ball. I guess I could tighten this up and make it a little bit more hydraulic. It really hasn't bothered me to worry about doing that, and I haven't taken this one particularly. I mean, I haven't taken this one apart or really messed with it particularly. So, and of course that backspacer is going to add a lot of weight. Let's kick this over here. 5 millimeters, and yeah, it's almost 2/10 of an inch. So obviously 5 millimeters, and I'll never get it around this knife here. Let me get this other one. So almost 18 millimeters. Isn't that what they were saying? 70.7. Okay, I thought it was 0.8. I was losing my mind. No, 18 millimeters. But 0.7, that's a big old thick dog. Who we got around here that we can kind of compare it to? This is like a 0.46. Just way, way heavier. And, you know, blade stock here, 5 millimeters. This is about 3.6, somewhere in there. Big difference. And, you know, just size comparison alone. 9 1/4 inches, 4-inch blade. It's a monster. It's probably as big as the Spyderco Military, bigger probably, and the Recon one is really close to the same size. Recon 1, big boy, real big boy, almost the exact same size. Yeah, 4 inches, a little over 100 millimeter, 9 1/4, 23, not quite 23.5 centimeters. That's just big. It's just plain old big. Recurve, stonewash, multi-grind, swedge up here. Cut through all the way through with this little pinwheel type. I guess that's your Hurricane, right? So we're carrying the Hurricane motif all the way through. A lot of machining though. Just, you could sit here and just look at all the different levels and all the different things that went into this. Whoever came up with this design has some really good stuff. I'm thinking, wow, because your mind has just got to let go to get a hold of all this. I mean, you could do a cutaway here. No, let's do a cutaway inside of a cutaway. Oh, and by the way, let's, on one end of the cutaway, let's make a little circle, and then let's mill all the way through and do the Hurricane motif. I mean, who thinks of this stuff? Oh, let's throw a thumb disc on top of here. Let's do a different kind of stop. Internally, some big-ass dog, and then ceramic ball, of course. That doesn't take huge imagination, but then let's put 2 screws on it, and 2 screws on this. Insert. It's just insanity. Oh, and then let's put about 3 different places where you can put a tritium bar in here. And I guess maybe get a long enough one to do a single, fairly long. That would be really cool. Hey, you already spent a crap load of money on this knife. You might as well just kick it on to the next level. You could do some cool, ano stuff on this, I think. Because you could ano the interiors of these areas different than the top. You could kind of dirty bronze the interior and then darker or whatever. And then backspace or pocket clip could be different as well. It really calls for a lot of possibilities. It feels good in the hand. The ergos are good. Fills my hand way up. Reverse grip, excellent. It does have good ergos. Yeah, This recurve on an M390, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sharpen it. If it ever came to the place where I would need to sharpen this is going off to my buddy Kevin. I will let him have that heartache, and this ought to go in for testing. I'll send it in to have it tested. Just not so much that it's not M390. I'm sure it is, but we'll check that as well. But the HRC might be interesting as well. And I mean, the harpoon was really good. HRC on the harpoon was almost 60. It was a 59.6. So, and this is real M390. God, this feels light as a feather. This thing's like 9 inches overall too. Check it out. I mean, talk about a big damn knife, but this is so much lighter, so smooth. And this was about the same price. These are a little over $300 as well, but world class, just world class. Oh man, that's just good. Come on, let's put it, and then I'll let you go. I just got to see the ounces on this. 4.9 ounces on a Mongo knife. Come on, where is that? Let me get this. Now I'm wondering if I wasn't crazy. No, it is almost a 4 and not quite a 9. Nah, 8 3/4. So it's a little shorter, but still 9.3. This is under 5. And they ain't all that much different size-wise. A little bit. ½ inch, I guess. So, Superman knife. I guess it's District 9, but it looks like Superman logo to me when I first saw it. But you get all the junk. You got lots of junk with it. So what do you think? Give me your comments. I know some people are going to think this is ridiculous, stupid, overpriced, too heavy, not carryable. And that's all the things I love about it. Other, multi-row bearings, incredible machine work. And we'll see how it tests out. But I'll bet you $1 to a donut. This thing tests M390 and the HRC is good, is solid. And in that case, I don't care about the weight, but the craftsmanship is all there. There's some interesting knives in China. Interesting knives. Maybe I'll throw out for the new Ice, District 9 Ice. Can you believe this? And they're trying to get all the money for this son of a gun too, but this will be a lot lighter. This will be, and this will have S90, 308, and it'll be 8.6 inches overall and a lot lighter. So see kind of how that goes. This is one that I really want to keep if I can. Take care. You know what we do. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.